It's time to unbox and build the Cypher Lords.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer from SpikyBits.com, and we are gonna take a look inside the box at the first Warcry expansion set or Warband for the game. It comes with 8 miniatures here and a little surprise for this guy from what I see here. So they're $50 US, and that looks to be about the starting price. And what I really like about this this whole unboxing experience, or this Ubi, is that when you slide this open, it's going to come out with a tray which contains everything you need: the instructions, your player cards, which are very similar in size to the expansion sets if you're just going to pick up one from your AOS, and then the 3 sprues themselves and the different size bases. And also take note, there's a 32 mil base, a 28 mil base, and the old school 25. So we got a new in-betweensy. It's an in-betweensy. Now, if you haven't heard about this, the deal with these card packs yet, is that there's gonna be one for each language that the game is published in. So you're not gonna need all these, believe it or not, unless, you know, maybe you're just like, hey, I like French, or hey, I like whatever language, and let me just read it in that. But chances are you're probably just gonna use the one that you can read, and that's okay. And it's gonna give you all the abilities on the back right there, and then all the fighter cards are straight up, because let's face it, just like IKEA, you recognize the symbols, and that's good to go. Booyah. And also, if you haven't heard, this is exactly how these are too. So you're gonna get all 8 versions, I think it is, of language cards in here, along with the fighter cards themselves, but you're only gonna need one of these and then all of these. Instruction manual wise, well, it's pretty straightforward. Just like we saw in the past, they're very Necromunda-ish in the way you can design them one way or another. They don't share like the front torsos and stuff, but they do kind of share the posing with the weapons themselves. So, like I said, 25 mil, 28 mil, and 132 mil for Johnny 3 hands. Yes, that's right. Count them. Not 1, not 2, but 3 hands on this model right there. That's going to be an interesting one to build up. The computer slices, and it looks like the robe is kind of sliced down the middle right there. You can actually see it in the instructions, so that's going to be interesting. Remember, let's see if I have it here. Yes, we do. We've got the plastic putty from Vallejo. This stuff is great. We'll try to throw a link down so you can check it out and pick you up some off of Amazon, or of course any of your local game stores. Most hobby towns have it. You can get some color shapers. These are expensive. I like these, but, and they're size 0, by the way, soft size 0. They're a little expensive on Amazon, but there's other ways to do it as well. Or you could just, you know, wet down a brush and kind of mash it in there, whatever you want to do, but it'll help with some of the gap filling. Then there's 3 that are going to come pretty much the same way right here. But here's where your options are going to come in, as far as mirror blade with glaive, dueling swords, or just a normal mirror bound here, or one with the double bladed sword. And then that's pretty much as far as options. You can put little throwing stars, a little lasso, mirror, predator disc things. I don't know what they are, but they look cool on your guys right here, depending on what you want them to be armed with. So they look pretty badass. Let's face it, who doesn't like some kind of Asian style dudes, warriors out of what, Hish, I guess? It's cool. Sprue wise, you're gonna get 3 mini sprues right here that has all the parts we just kind of talked about. There's the mirror discs, or whatever they are, lassos, some throwing star type things, and then all the, you know, slices and dices as far as computers go. I really like that pose right there. That's kind of like the hero, but kind of badass pose. But I mean, as far as like detail goes, this is your normal multi-part. Let's get some better lighting on this. Is your normal multi-part kits from Games Workshop. No crazy Chinese plastic here. We got the good details on this stuff, but it's all, you know, pretty well designed. They're using the computers these days, and there's going to be some slices, there's going to be some flat parts, but for the most part, it's pretty well packed with detail. It's going to be really interesting to see how, you know, you combine these together. They've been good about hiding the gaps and allowing the wash and everything to kind of do its work. And I think a lot of times the design work really goes a long ways with what they expect you to use paint-wise on this stuff. You can see there's some detail on this cape, and some kind of styling and different gems and such here. The hair is just kind of ridiculously out of control. I love it. Very, very cool. I don't know if these are elves. I imagine most, I mean, the first Deepkin were settled in Hish. That was their kind of their main residence. And some of the Chaos Duders and things and undead people's flesh eater courts go there and raise a ruckus and then eventually leave for different things. And who knows, but I would imagine these just seem elfish to me, although I don't see any heads and I don't see any ears, but who knows? I'll have to look it up on the old interwebs, or chime in the comments below, let me know, but they look elfy. And here he is, Johnny Three Hands himself. So he, well, he's big. Let's compare him to, this is the other leader guy from the Warcry starter, and well, they're about the same size, more humanoid. Like I said, I think he's secretly an elf. I don't know. Don't ruin it for me. Okay, ruin it for me. Tell me. I want to know. And then this guy here from the starter too, the Iron Golem. It's just some cool looking Scuba Steve looking dude. And then those Furies we showed you last week right there. Cacao, we're Furies. Finally got plastic bottles, loving it. But overall, like I was saying, some of the robes gonna be a little challenging right there. There's gonna be a noticeable gap right down like that. So you're gonna definitely want to consider some of that Vallejo plastic putty to get in there and kind of seal those gaps, or use liquid plastic glue. That stuff works great too. And then there on the inside, you can see that extra arm. But I mean, posing's great. Want to be careful right here too, because that gem sticks out and you almost want to like break that off, or with your X-Acto knife when you're trimming the flash up. But other than that, appears to be no other noticeable issues with the assembly or the design right there. Just a very cool looking pose. Lots of cool flavor to these guys. Well, all of the warbands in general for the new Warcry sets, starter sets. So lots more coming out next week as well. So hopefully we'll get our hot little hands on those and put a few of them together for you to check out as well. So that is about it for this one. Hope you enjoy the new Warcry. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the new Warcry set? Leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.